Hello, my friend. This is Sue Kemnitz. I'm an artist, a workshop leader, and an art journaler. I've had a lot of fun journaling throughout this past year, and I thought it would be fun to share my journal with you. I'm just hoping this will be an inspiration for you. Do a little art every day, every week, and at the end of the year, you will have a journal like this, maybe even fatter. So first of all, I'm going to start at the beginning of April because I did another little deal at the beginning of the year that showed the first quarter. So we're just starting in April. Encourage with Art. That is kind of my middle name. These are actually a series of little Bible journaling pieces that I've done. So I read my Bible every morning, spend some quiet time with the Lord, and I'll just maybe doodle a little bit in my sketchbook, and then I transfer them into my journal. Here is John 21, just some things. Let's go fishing with Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, for melting our hearts. I think I was hoping the snow was going to maybe eventually melt here in Minnesota. April. This is actually just a copy of a larger painting that I did, and here are just some April prayers that I put in here. Here is Psalm 91, just some Bible journaling I did for Psalm 91. And see that I just experimented a lot with the backgrounds in a lot of these. I love doing splatters and etc. And sincerely, only believe. This background I just didn't actually want to put anything on, and I'm thinking of making a banner background out of that. What this is supposed to represent is dream. I like that. Love the Lord. He is one. I'm not going to say something about all of these because honestly it'll take us all night. I do like Mr. Rooster. I ended up taking Mr. Rooster and making a painting and leading a class on him, and gosh, just how much fun is that? Stay awake for Jesus. Oh, this is a page I was inspired by somebody else. I think it was the gray umbrella, the red umbrella, something like that. Anyway, they do some magnificent work, and I just liked the feel of kind of squishing the letters together, and I've been playing around with letters all year. Discovery, living a journey of discovery of all that is tender, good, and beautiful. I believe I did that for I Create. Possibly this too. Just live loved. Know that He loves you. This is actually a picture that a friend of mine in Colorado had taken, and then I did a piece of art from it. I was just, just those wildflowers. I don't know what the name of them is, but just love that. Next stop, who knows what our next stop will be. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Again, just another background that I really liked. I choose to embrace hope and joy. Here we are at the summer already, just a little journaling. I was playing around with some new, I don't know if they're Neo colors here or if they were my watercolor pencil. I suspect that they are Neo colors. And this is what I did just to introduce the summer. This is a book that I read called Rooted by Banning Liebscher, and I just made some notes on what it really stood out to me in the book, and I love going back and reading things like that. So I am trying to do that a little bit more often. Here's a page that just isn't done. It's okay. I like to experiment sometimes with, there are some people who just scribble all over their art. I've gotten pretty good at scribbling. I'm still not really good at the scribbling, the text type stuff, but that's okay. One of the littles, she's one of my favorites. Look at that confidence in her stance. Isn't that great? Already up to August. The Lord is an everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not grow faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. This I actually took first of all, this is another book, Switch on Your Brain, that I read by Carolyn Leaf, and I just to remind myself, positive, godly thinking, new brainwaves. And part of this was a trip that we took out to Bayfield and out to Cape Cod. They happened kind of close to each other, and I was just journaling about some of those. And then these are just some miscellaneous things that we had done during that week. This was a challenge from the summer also. And this is just a really quick painting that I did of my daughter and her magnificent smile. And then I just journaled some of the stuff that I just love about her and just love her to pieces. God makes joyous the mother of children. Isn't that the truth? And then here I think is something that I did for maybe a Facebook Live, where we were just journaling and just doing some quick little things that day on that. I'm really enjoying the Facebook Live and look forward to doing more of that this year. Yeah, just some more notes. I do really like this piece over here, this heart. I just like the whole feel, the colors. Yeah. Here's a gratitude journal that I did, and I want to say this was for October. I should probably write that on here someplace. I just wanted it to write a note of thanks every day here, and I've started that this month here in January 2 at the beginning of the new year. Put on a compassionate heart, meekness, kindness, humility, patience. And you know what really makes this page is the coloring in those silly letters with some white, doesn't it? And of course it's just a good thought to keep with us. Here's another one of the pages that I did as a little Facebook Live where we experimented with stars. That was fun. Not quite as fond of this little girl, and I did keep her in there just to inspire me that, yep, I still have a ways to go. And this is actually Thanksgiving, and you know, that's what the month is for, being thankful. And I just wanted to go back and do yet another grateful calendar. I just think that's just so important to be grounded in thankfulness and gratefulness. And then this is this is actually inspired by one of these little things that I scribbled during the week. Spirit to Spirit with the King of Kings, and I jotted that right here in that piece too. Almost at the end here. What I really challenged myself with on this page was to make sure that I had enough black in it. And I'm way more of the kind of person who, or not the kind of person, but a person who leaves a lot of white space. I really enjoy light and white space. So black is a challenge for me, and again, probably not my favorite pages, but these certainly perk it up as I put that in there. I do love this page. This just reminds me of the stable in Jerusalem, and I used this as an inspiration for some little December cards that I made for Christmas presents. Now I do have to say I love my lion here. Sometimes I fall in love with little characters. And then this, I actually made another one of these. May the meditation of my heart be pleasing to Him, for I rejoice in the Lord. That's something I'm always working on, is aligning my thoughts with His. And I took this, the copy of this, and put it right at the beginning of my journal for January. Live for Him as a new creation. My soul magnifies the Lord. Rejoice in God. And here we're at the end already. Just that quick. Be joyful with those who are joyful. Be sad with those that are sad. But really underneath the angel, this is one of my favorites. Jesus Christ the King has come to live with us. And I close my year with that thought. And then the very last thing I did, was I made the cover, and I collaged some magazine pieces onto it. Wander with Me, and actually the music that's on here is Onward Christian Soldiers, which if you could see a little bit more there, you would be able to see that. It's just scattered throughout here. And then on the front is just an inspiration. My word for the year was create, so I wanted to put that right smack dab in front on my journal, cover the whole wall. And then I tore a page out of a book by Bill Johnson, which talks about the war of art and how our art actually makes a difference in the spiritual world. So I will leave you with that thought. Again, I hope that just glancing through this was an inspiration for you. I want to thank you for playing along with me during the year and just sharing my journey with me. And I also want to wish you blessings in 2017. Goodbye.